All right, so where were we? What exciting stuff! I've got some notes from Emracina regarding some things that she might want to do at the top here. But essentially, this past week, the party went to the Longhorn Estate for the weekly gala that Iva Longhorn holds there. She is rumored to have ties with the group of outlaws, essentially, a criminal organization known as the Black Salamander. And to get some answers, Ormia attended, being a noble and having an open invitation, brought the party, dressed to the nines, to the gala. They did find some information in the form of a Black Salamander lieutenant who got more than he bargained for when he went to quiet Emracina. The whole group ended up piling up the stairs and making short work of him. In the hustle and bustle of this battle, Ormia took out her Seeker's Compass and fastened it to the wound of this lieutenant. This compass drains blood of the unwilling as its power source. And it's somewhat controversial in the group. It's not the best thing, and most of the group doesn't really know what's going on with it. It just kind of looks really nasty. It just crawls out and sucks the blood out of people, and then she's like, thanks. And Ormia's conflicted as well, so there's a lot of juicy material there. So Ormia did that, tossed the compass to Emracina, and went to...
More like just like gave it to, like pushed it on her, like, get this thing away from me, and ran.
Nice. And she started running. Em told me that she would like to quickly pocket that and and attempt to grapple Ormia as she runs. So I'm going to have Emracina. So yes, Nevik, Astrid and Emracina won't be here tonight. So I'll be filling in. Yay! Let's see. What is she going to do? So, Ormia, you get to do athletics or acrobatics.
I will happily do acrobatics because I do not want a negative modifier.
All right, we've got... Oh, Em, I'm so sorry. Can you all see that, or is it just me?
No.
Okay. Ooh, she got a 5.
Oh.
So...
Some really...
It's one of these.
Yeah. You end up giving her like the quarterback shove as you push her sort of face out of the way as you run past her down the stairs. And I'll let you guys take it from there. So Ormia, you're bolting down the stairs. I feel like everyone else was upstairs, but Kaylin, you were... Did you make it all the way up? Or were you at the bottom of the stairs still?
Who? Me?
Kaylin, yeah.
I was wandering down the hallways still. I think we discussed maybe that I would be at the bottom of the steps whenever Ormia came very
Oh yeah,
down.
I vaulted off your head.
That's it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just happily just like snacking on a chicken leg, looking at the art, and all of a sudden, bam.
Which the chicken leg in your hands looks like a turkey leg.
The turkey leg goes flying. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So that, yeah, you guys are essentially about to clash at the bottom of the stairs, and the rest of you are upstairs. You guys are all welcome to do... I'll say if Ormia and Kaylin, if you guys want to have your... Actually, if everyone in the upper level wants to do any reactions they have, I mean, you're not in combat, but because Ormia's already had her chance to sort of bolt, I'll let you guys say and do whatever you want to do.
I think the only thing Emil would do is he would just watch Emracina and make sure she puts away the compass and doesn't use it, or doesn't seem to be immediately corrupted or changed by it. Because now he's pretty suspicious. He doesn't quite know what it is, but he's pretty suspicious of it.
I should say that she didn't look like she was running to like she had committed a crime and then was running. She looked like she was panicked and just needed to get out and like get some fresh air, like everything is wrong sort of running.
Felix is going to secure the prisoner because that seems like a good idea.
Okay. Yep, they're heavily wounded.
Better you than me.
Nice. Okay, Felix, you do just that. You see that he is somewhat... I mean, he's heavily wounded, but not quite unconscious. Easy to manage, though. Now,
I'm assuming that we don't have all the gear in our packs because we're at a party.
Probably. Yeah, you probably wouldn't be carting your packs around. I'll say they're in that first room, though. They're accessible here. And if there's anything you feel like your character would keep on them, aside, from a weapon, again, a few managed to sneak their weapons in, then you can have it.
Were you thinking of tying them up?
I had manacles, so that wouldn't have been appropriate.
You don't bring manacles to a party?
Depends on the
Not
party.
Everybody did that.
But we need a way out of here, and we were being very loud, so I'm assuming people are going to come after us pretty soon here. I would suggest that we use this guy as our way out. Sorry, what was that, Warren?
It is a party. I mean, maybe loud noises is just people are having a good time upstairs. I don't know.
True.
Maybe we could parade this guy out, saying that he was sneaking around.
Or that he's really drunk and we need to get him out of here.
Weekend at Barney's?
What was that?
You don't want a weekend at Barney's him?
That means we need to kill him first, right?
Also, as any kind of passed out, we can, marry them around. I don't know.
Yeah, just like wipe the blood off and pretend he's drunk.
Well, he is a member of a notorious gang or some sort of group in this town, so we could just say that we just turn him over to the authorities, and the fewer lies that we can make, I think, is better.
Assuming the authorities aren't, bought off or anything.
That's a good point.
As you guys are sorting out your plan upstairs, Kaylin, you are now virtually face to face with a panicked Ormia that is almost barreling down the stairs. Very, very panicked, just looking to get out.
Yeah. Okay. So does she run into me? Does she am I at the bottom of the steps and are we on the ground? Did she knock me over? Me and my little dwarf body?
Can I make a save to not knock her over?
No, I mean, if you're not going to knock her over, you can just say you walk past her. Or you're.
Yeah, I'm just.
She just whizzes past me?
Yeah.
Are you still running?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's about when I get to the double doors up, down on the bottom where I'm going to kind of force myself to start walking. Walking quickly out of the mansion, but just going as fast as I can without drawing attention to myself.
Okay. Well, when Ormia passes me, I'm going to, she goes by really fast by me, and it knocks the turkey leg out of my hand and just kind of falls to the floor. And at first I'm kind of upset, but then I look up and see that it's Ormia. So I'm I call out, and I'm like, hey, Ormia.
Hi, everyone's upstairs. I gotta go. Bye.
And so,
Just
confused,
walking.
I will go up the steps to everyone else.
Okay. You head upstairs, and as you round that final corner, you see standing at the very top of the stairs, Emracina, bloodied and somewhat tattered dress now. Everyone else, who else is here? Astrid is near the top as well. A little bit of blood on her knuckles. And Felix has some unknown person, very slicked back hair, wounded hair still slicked back, a lot of gel in the hair, but otherwise really wounded and battered. Blood out of the back of this person's body. Felix has him held by the hands behind his back, securing this individual.
I round the top of the steps and I look around and see all this, and I'm like, guys, what happened?
We partied.
I leave you for a half hour. Is
Yeah,
he
where were
dead?
you anyways?
Is this gnome dead?
He tried to kill Emracina. Where were you? Eating chicken from the grease on your face? What?
Kaylin, like, kind of like, wipes her hands on the back of her jacket, trying, and she's like, I don't know. I was downstairs talking to people.
Did you learn anything?
Really, what happened here? There's a lot of people are messed up. Why is he bloody? Why is her dress torn? How are we going to get out of here with a gnome? Are we taking him outside?
Gnome looks up to you. Ma'am, please help me. These people attacked me.
Oh, shut up. I'm not talking to you.
I think Emil will start trying to ransack the room a little bit, try and see if there's any information, either about the gnome or about, our mission in general.
I'm going to keep an eye out on the stairs, is what I'll do next. To make sure no one... I'll stay upstairs, but just kind of keep an eye down while they're figuring things out. Because Kaylin kind of doesn't want to be in as far away as possible. Still wiping the grease from her hands.
Excellent. As you take your lookout post, Emil, go ahead and make an investigation check, if you would, around the room. Ooh. Okay. Solid roll. You find in here what appears to be a relatively new ledger. It has some entries in it. Let's see. Make an intelligence check. As you're looking through these look like very ordinary entries. Nothing is standing out as criminal or odd. It looks like standard purchases or noble.
I don't know the noble part, but I would think the criminal part I would know a little bit about. So
Yeah.
You just rolled a save, not a check.
Oh, curses.
nope, you're right. I did.
Sorry.
Fingers crosses. Okay, that's still.
Sorry. Just-
No, it's good. Good to know. It's funny. All right. So you see and hear that there are entries. These are coded entries, and while a number of them are there just for filler, this is a pretty new ledger, but it does go back far enough to reference. You see weekly entries that are criminal related, larger sums of money, and names. You see a number of names gosh, how long have you been here? Not long enough, I guess. So you see different names in this list, and sometimes a rough bit of information, all sort of blackmail-worthy information. Mistress, or dealings with this or that. Different notes that lead you to believe that perhaps each week of these galas, his job was maybe seeking this type of information out and relaying it to Iva Longhorn in order to, for the purposes of blackmail, possibly. You do see one entry regarding a sprite and a satyr that paid for transport, to acquire and transport an individual some time ago. Paid for 2 wagons, paid for the transport, paid for hazard pay from what you get out of the code you broke.
I'm sorry, I'm totally drawing a blank from last week. This was related to Emeracina or related to Ormia?
Ormia. It talks about a
Okay.
swordsman.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Question, and I've forgotten the name. The woman who gave us the quest to clear out the castle in town. I think she's probably the only one the meal trusts here in town. Is her name in this book?
It is not. Nope, Councilwoman Shuffletrot. I think it's the one year. She is not in this book.
Okay, I think Emil then is going to pocket this book with the plan, the thought in his head of trying to get it to her.
Okay. All right, you pocket that. The gnome here is looking worse, sort of by the minute. Darius Goodbeat here. Coughing up blood. He's looking a little weak. Felix, you start feeling the weight of his body a little more, like he's having a harder time remaining conscious.
Shall we go through with the Bernie's thing? Oh,
Strike him in the back of the neck, falls unconscious in your arm.
Caitlin!
Kaylin pops her head back in. Yeah.
Am I out of the mansion by now?
Yeah, let me see here. You could probably walk straight up from this room,
Just
right?
just
And
keep
there's
going.
Yeah, there you are. Yeah, you're
And just
outside.
going.
Nice.
Caitlin, we need some wine. Quite a bit of it.
Oh, I can do that. I have the alchemy jug. Well, no, I don't have the alchemy jug with me, do I?
It's up to you. If you think your character would wear it on her sash or something like that, through the
Really?
loop.
My sash?
I'm sorry, through like a loop on a belt, or
Yeah, we'll go with that. I was wearing it on a loop. I came prepared. So, yeah. So I'm going to make some wine in the alchemy jug.
Okay.
Wait, just dump it all over this guy.
And so, after, however, a few minutes probably, everyone's just standing around, I'm mixing this alchemy jug and the wine and go over and just dump it all over him.
Nice. Completely saturates his rather fine clothing, stained in red wine.
I take a
That
big...
ain't coming out.
Do you guys think this is convincing enough?
I'd say so.
All right. Let's try to parade him out of here.
Okay. I'll let you guys move your tokens down the stairs if you want. Sorry, Kaylin's up here now. Downstairs is just a little bit above in 1A. As you guys awkwardly walk him down, what should I do? Let's see. I guess this is sort of a performance. So who are the 2 people that are, is it just one person holding Darius, or 2 people sort of manipulating the body?
I'll take the other side.
Okay. So it's sorry, Rhinewin and Kaylin or Rhinewin and Felix?
Up to you guys. I don't mind either way.
I mean, it doesn't matter. Sure,
kinda
I'll take. What? Go ahead.
I kind of like the asymmetricness of Kaylin helping out.
Yes, absolutely. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Awesome. Okay. So you
He
guys
is a halfling.
right.
Yes.
All right. So I'm gonna put that here. Just gonna move you back one beat, Felix. So Rhinwen and Kaylin, go ahead and make a performance check. If you can each
Great.
make a.
Great. I knew this was coming. I knew it.
Nice.
Woo! All right. Okay. As you round the stairs back, oops, I gotta move these two here. Heading back downstairs. Those of you guys here, as you're coming down the stairs this way. Oh, right, I can't move them. Felix will put you here. You come down the stairs. You hear, the sound of the music. There's a string arrangement playing. Still, the rhythmic clicks and clacks of heels, men's and women's heels on the floor here, the wooden floor, once again fill the room. There are only maybe 6 or 7 people in this room still. Before you come around the corner, no one's really paying attention or noticing. It seems that you haven't yet garnered any attention from the scuffle up above. And you have a moment to kind of take that in before you round the corner if you want.
What would be a distracting noise at a party?
Screams. Sorry. Zip.
Fireworks. Ooh.
I like fireworks. I think I'm going to use my minor illusion cantrip to set off the sound of fireworks. Wait, there's only the north doors and there's no outdoor windows, or there's outdoor windows in this room, or?
Pay no mind to the compass because we're not using that. So just looking at the map as we are, the southern wall, eastern wall, and eastern wall have windows. The northern part has a door that exits, and then the west has 2 doors back into the building, the main building.
Okay, I think I'm going to aim for fireworks noises out the east side of the building, and we'll just kind of, hope that people's attention goes that way.
Okay. All right, you cast minor illusion, and check real quick. Right. Okay. Yep, you don't have to be able to see the spot. So, just outside the wall, you set off the sound of fireworks. What level of fireworks are we talking? Closer to firecracker or like just big explosion type?
I think more like firecrackers.
Okay.
Probably more plausible.
All right. You hear some cracks and snaps and some sounding whirligig. Fireworks going off to the east. Some of the folks in this room take pause and head over to the window. Yeah, okay. They head. The folks in this room go over and start looking out the windows out of the eastern side of the room.
Yeah, it looks like the duration is a minute, so if we hustle, maybe we can get ourselves to the door.
Mm-hmm.
Hustle.
Okay.
All right.
You guys headed for that northern door there to bolt?
Yes.
Okay. I guess
Felix
maybe...
will probably try to sneak one last canapé on the way out.
Nice. Awesome. There's a server looking out the window, and you're... One for the road. And you guys make your way out of the northern door fairly safely. You know what I need to do? I need to... Yeah. All right, so I'm going to move you all just outside of the doors there. Off in the distance a bit, you see Ormia. Are you still pacing away, Ormia? You're in like the corner of the lot now.
As soon as she gets where she's fairly certain that like no one will at least recognize her face, she's gonna run. Just like take her heels off and take. Well, no, she's not wearing heels. She's wearing good shoes for fighting. She's gonna just take off in a random direction.
Okay. So you guys don't even see Ormia. You head out here, no idea where she's at. The only person that even saw roughly what direction she was going in for a little bit was Kaylin. And even you, I mean, you didn't see her leave the door. You just saw her like heading north in this room.
Yeah.
Actually, I guess we don't really need the map for this part. Boop. Hi. So you guys are all heading towards the corner of the lot now. What's your plan?
I'll look at everyone else and be like, well, what about Ormia? Does anyone know where she went to? She passed me in the hallway. Knocked a really good turkey leg out of my hand, but that's kind of beside the point, but...
At the mention of Ormia's name, Emil just looks really stern, but doesn't answer.
Kaylin,
No one likes me anymore for some reason.
Kaylin furrows her brows, and she looks over at Rhinewin, and she's like, what happened?
Rhinewin's gonna look at Emracina and basically like specifically looking at the pocket in which the compass resides, and she just says, "We need to destroy that thing." She used it again.
Em, what do you say in reply? Quick.
Wait, what?
I don't want to chip you on something major. I'll say she at least gives you a look like she, is partially entertaining. Like
And his jaw is tight and doesn't say anything. What Melissa says.
Ah, neat. Okay.
Okay. Kaylin just kind of like...
I'm gonna try and move behind Emracina somewhat stealthily.
Okay. You can roll a stealth if you want to see how, if you want to avoid detection from the other folks. If anyone feels like they might be paying attention for that, they're welcome to roll a perception. Otherwise, it's pretty stealthy. Yeah.
Well, if I'm already looking in that direction, so I probably would be sort of paying attention.
I'm not sneaking on you, so that's fine.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you see, Emil slide over.
Well, not exactly.
Nice. Okay, you approach. You're walking just behind Emracina, Emil.
So nobody else has anything to say on the subject? Like,
I'd rather not discuss it here. I mean, probably something we need to resolve amongst ourselves, but probably focus at the matter at hand.
Emracina chimes in, nodding towards Rhinewin after having a moment to think about it. And just says, something must be done, but it shouldn't be me that does it. Fuck. towards the main gate. It's a really large property.
Like
I-
hauling this gnome by his small clothes, basically.
Yeah, neat. He's just limply like, bobbing around in your arm hand.
I think if anybody here I trust, it's the cleric. And yes, we do need to destroy it.
It's a bit of a chill in the air as you guys, discuss this nasty bit of business. And even though it's been seasonally warm, it's late summer, early fall. You find that there is a bit of a certain humidity to the air, but a bit of a chill. Gives you all a bit of a shiver as you make your way through the main gate and back into the city streets of Zambora. Well lit, 9:30 or so at night. The hum of that arcane dome in the center of the city that you've become a little bit accustomed to buzzes on.
Is the city well lit all night?
Right.
That's really depressing for a rogue.
This section is you're in like the it doesn't have a super fancy section per se. Like it doesn't have its own ward for just the rich people, but this is clearly a really nice neighborhood that's very well lit, gated, and all that other stuff. But the rest of the city has plenty of areas that are rather dark and sneak worthy. All right, so Ormia, you're ahead of everyone. You've left the property already. Where is it that you would like to head?
I'm going to send that to you via chat.
Ooh, a whisper for me. Neat.
And Dan, I'm assuming we stop at the coat check on our way out to grab all our things.
Nope, just kidding. That's fine. That's fine. You guys sneak back in before you left. Ryan waiting off in the
They'll ship it.
Yeah, behind a shed, and you guys grabbed all your stuff. Yeah. All right. So while you're messaging me that, Sam, I'll say where does everyone else want to go? You've left the main gate. You're back in the city.
So did no one ask us why we were carrying a gnome around?
No one really saw you. Most people are still attending the party. There were some servants, but
Also, most of the town was invited to the gala.
the ritzy people were. You're still in a rich neighborhood.
Okay.
And there aren't too many people on the streets here in the rich neighborhood, but if you continue out to regular parts, you'll definitely come across people. Okay. All right, Sam.
So I'll look to everyone else and just be like, well, so where are we taking the gnome again?
Should we take him to that magistrate person that Emil seems to trust? Shuffle Trot or Trottle
Shuffle
Trot.
What time is it, Dan?
Oh, it's 9:30 or so at night.
I mean, I think that if the party knows how to deal with a compass, or maybe there's a temple or something we could ask that we trust, and maybe that's Councilor Shuttleworth as well. I don't know, but
Yeah, I wouldn't Well, Ryan will just say that she doesn't. I don't think that trying to bash it in with a heavy object is going to work since it's magical. So we may have to consult somebody else, which she's not too keen on because the less people that know about this darn thing, the better.
Okay. Well, I mean, I just messaged Dan, but I mean, Emil is very interested in finding out where Council Shuttleworth is anyways, so if the party wants to go that way, Emil's happy to do that.
Okay. Yeah, we should probably take care of our more visible problem.
Yes.
Visible and heavy
What, Bernie?
problem.
Caitlin looks at everyone. She's like, who is Bernie?
It's a very popular stage play.
Oh.
Never change, Galen. Never change.
I'll have to get the book somewhere.
I've heard the book is actually better than the stage play.
They usually are.
All right. Oh, so many messages. It's exciting. Okay. Let's see.
Dan's brain's gonna start smoking.
All right. Let me open up. Okay. All right. So as far as the rest, as the main group that's sort of still together, you've discussed this a little bit. Do you have anywhere in particular where you've collectively agreed to go? And if so,
Kaylin's okay with whatever you guys decide.
Well, I'm not gonna I did on a reflex try and grab the compass when it was, when shit was going down. But I'm not gonna try and force Emersina to give it to me. But I might try going to a temple and making very hypothetical inquiries about destroying artifacts, magical things, whatever.
Okay.
But I might have to do that tomorrow because I don't know. Do priests keep late hours?
In a large city, you could probably find a church that's open. A lot of the priests here they live in the church, and the churches are also sort of hospitals in some sense. So they're open. They typically have some service even at night.
Okay, so that's probably what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Now, do you want to bring the compass with you, or Emersina with the compass with you?
Em says, I need to change out of this dress first. She holds up this bloody dress. It's all drying out now, and she looks like a mess in this thing. I just need to change this back in my room first, and then I'm up for whatever.
Okay. In that case, I'll head back to the wherever we're staying, and so she could change, and then if she wants to come with me to on these inquiries.
So did we drop off the gnome already?
No, we have not.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Do we turn him in, or do we just leave him somewhere to be found in the morning?
Does he look like he's dying?
I just rolled his death saving throws. You look down as you check that, and just completely pale. No breathing. He's just hanging limply now.
Spare the dying?
Kaylin looks down. She's like, well.
Let me check that. Spare the dying. So I get it right here. That's awesome. Alright, 0 hit points. Oh, wow. Oh, you touch a living creature that has 0 hit points.
Okay, so he's dead.
Yeah, he failed 2, succeeded on 2, and then failed the last one.
Oh well.
No, you have to roll 3 failures. It's not 3 rolls. It's
No, he
3
failed the
failures.
first 2, and then succeeded on the next 2, and then failed the final one. Yeah.
That's even worse.
Kaylin looks down and she's like, guys, we can't leave a dead gnome in the streets of the city.
Emil is hopefully no longer there.
Wait, so it's just me?
Stealth of 10. Well, you know what? This is a section of town where it gets a little bit busier but darker too. Let me see. Just roll to see if anyone nearby notices you. No. You say this and you turn
in different directions.
You look for Emil, and he's gone. He's just nowhere to be seen.
Emil has a long history of dealing with, injured and dead bodies in cities, and this is how he deals with injured and dead bodies in cities.
Oh my gosh, so it's me, Felix, and Renwin, have you already left?
Well, being a healer, I probably wouldn't have left the gnome until I was sure he was dead. So yeah.
Well, he's dead.
You feel for a pulse and check, and you're like, yeah.
Are there any park benches we could prop him up on?
You've just sort of left that ritzy neighborhood, and you're in sort of a middle-class neighborhood. There are a couple benches every so often. They're moderately well lit still, though, but you could do, like, I guess a sleight of hand to try, sneak them under a bench or something.
Are there? I'm super out of it this week, but Zambora doesn't have the same like canals and stuff that the last city we were in does.
No, unfortunately.
Okay.
Well, we definitely we need to get rid of this body. Okay. Should we just put him up behind a house, a building?
There's a number of buildings around. Yeah.
Okay, so Kaylin will kind of guide them towards the back of a house.
Okay.
Or a building, whatever's the closest and maybe the least lit. Do I need to roll anything, Dan?
Roll a stealth check.
Oh God, okay. If I must. Oh.
Somebody sees us. We killed them too.
Oh, this is crazy.
Not a
Everybody's
one.
gonna die.
Not a one.
So, Kaylin, you do just that. You
I
head
had a
over.
+2 on that too. That was a 2.
There's this big section of bushes behind the house. It looks great for stuffing, the body under.
Yeah.
Which you do. You get it under, and as you get the body under, just the hindquarters of this gnome are still sticking out, and you're just like, you're trying to push it in with your hands, and it's not working. And finally, you just stand up and you give it a kick, and it breaks some of the branches as you shove the body in. And you kind of look around.
Loot it first.
Yeah, back and forth, and then you look up, and in the window, just about 10 feet off to the side, is a little gnome that's just sort of looking out at you, staring kind of scared, like.
And I just slowly back away.
So does she.
I slowly back away and then turn as soon as I'm out of sight and walk quickly towards whoever's with me still, Felix or whatever, and I'm just like turn them around and like, okay, we need to go. We need to get out of here.
Nice. All right.
Steps quicken. Her little dwarf legs are just like.
I think this is the best scene in the entire campaign so far.
That's great. Ormia, do you want any role play with what you're doing, or you just want that to be what you're doing behind the scenes?
I'm just gonna go to him and just like, I'll message you.
Okay. All right. So let's see. All right, Emil, you're doing what you're doing. I will send you a message to let you know how that goes. So Kaylin, who is it? Kaylin, Ryanwin, and Felix that are left? Or Ryanwin's off to the church, right? To find a church?
Yeah. No, I was going to go with Emracina to change.
Right, okay. So you and M head back.
Me and Felix.
Okay, so Kaylin and Felix. What? You guys, for now, you're just moving.
Yeah.
Do you have a destination that pops in your minds after, a good 15 minutes of...
I guess probably, we still have a room, right? Somewhere?
At Ormia's home. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, it's kind of weird now.
What?
Let's go find a tavern.
Okay. So we look for a tavern sign, Dan.
Oh, okay. It takes a little bit of walking past this residential area into sort of a commercial area, and then finally you find like an inn and tavern there combo.
Kaylin keeps looking around her. looking a little out in the open.
Do a wisdom
Felix nudges
saving
Kaylin.
throw, Caleb.
Act natural. Act natural.
Felix keeps saying, "Cut
What?
it out."
The more you say that, the less it's working.
What am I? Did you want me to roll something, Dan? Did you say something about rolling?
Yeah, do a wisdom saving throw because you're sort of panicked. So this is just to see like if you're hearing crunches and noises behind you, or if you're sort of keeping your cool.
Okay. Wait. Oh no, I just exited out of it there. Oh no! What happened to my window? Oh, there it is. Okay. There we go. Ugh. Ugh. All right, got an 11, Dan.
Okay, yeah, I mean you don't really. I mean you are checking over your shoulder like you say and all, but
Yeah.
thankfully
Okay.
you're not hearing things like what.
Okay. I'm just freaked out. Okay, so we find the tavern. Me and Felix, I guess, both are out, duck inside.
Okay. Oh, so many messages. I'm such a terrible typer. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay. So Felix and Kaylin, you're in the tavern. Are you getting a couple of drinks and you're gonna chill, or did you just tell me that?
Yeah.
Well, let's just lay low for tonight. We'll grab a couple drinks just to take the edge off, and we'll try to find everybody in the morning best we can.
Caitlin's just nodding. Caitlin kind of, nods in agreement, looks around kind of quickly, and just kind of finds like a table in the corner of the tavern that's empty, kind of maybe half in shadows, I imagine, and kind of quickly walks over there and kind of ducks in, and is kind of like motions to get a drink. She'll need some.
Busy. It's sort of busy this time of night, and but you see, a server. Yes, and runs over, takes orders for you, and gets you whatever drinks you need in a reasonable amount of time.
Yeah, Kaylin orders like a lot.
I'll have one of each of your finest ales.
What is that? This is a pint.
They come in pints?
Oh, let's see. So, Em, since I know you're watching, with the town, with the city as big as it is, and where she's told me she is, I don't think there'd be any way that you'd be able to, tonight anyway, find her. But next time you meet, I can do that. Okay. Oh my gosh. All right, that's so much stuff going on. Cool.
Sorry.
No, you are absolutely fine. All right, so that's sort of how the night's gonna go. There's also, of course, Rhinewin with Amracina. You do find a church. Church of Sarenrae. Yeah, I think that would be an important one around here. And you're sort of given the basic rundown. You find a priestess that's there, and she has a rough idea of magical items and what she's been taught as far as how to destroy them. Let's see if she's actually knowledgeable in this particular one. No. But typically it's other magical means are required to destroy. Or something very strong and potent, like a very powerful acid or lava, magma. things like that can really deal a lot of damage.
Throw it into Mount Doom.
Yeah. Nice.
But take the eagles there; it's faster.
Yeah. I don't walk to Mount Doom.
It's 3 books faster.
Mm. All right. What else? I mean, she also advises you that the city will usually accept items like this and store them away. Or she talks about the Wizards College of Epheron has a campus here. It's a whole sort of like Tensor University on Calais. The Wizards College of Epheron has campuses in almost every kingdom on this continent. And one of the main ones, you're actually in the leading city for arcane technology. And she says that I'm sure that they would happily accept it and safeguard it, keep it out of the hands of those that might abuse any power it holds.
I don't know. Reinwind's first experience with Tensor University was kind of that they were really cavalier about people's lives, so she's not super like keen on the idea of just turning it over to some book learning dude.
Okay. Nice.
So,
Good
but
point.
she does take that information with like the smile and nod and so on, with a mental note to find some lava later
Okay.
or some acid.
Em, since you're watching, you know what? Let me send you a message. I'll send you a message. Oh, okay. So, Ryman, at that point, Emersina turns to you and says, This shouldn't be my responsibility, and I want to wash my hands of it. I'd really rather just go put this away in her room. If you're comfortable with that, I don't want to deal with this anymore. I don't think I should have to manage whatever this is. That did not look pretty.
Okay. Well. Put it back in Ormia's room.
I just want to be done with it. I mean, what are your thoughts?
Well, if you don't want to deal with it, I'll deal with it because I have a lot of self-interest in not having it be used.
Done and done, and she hands it out to you.
Crap.
All right. So it's got it's full of it's tapped out on blood, right? It's like its little
full.
indicator thingy is
full. Yep.
It's full of blood?
It's full of blood. Okay. Well, I'm not going
drain that dude.
What's that?
It drained that dude, yeah.
Yeah, he did not have a pleasant last few hours, that's for sure. Okay, well, I'm not going to do anything with it right now besides, put it in my pocket so that Emersina doesn't have to deal with it anymore.
Okay.
I'm metagaming. Well, not metagaming, but out of character. I'm looking through my spell list to see if there's anything I could do with it right now, but I'm not seeing anything, so I'm just gonna have to keep it.
Okay. Okay. All right. So you pocket it or backpack it for the time being. Now, Felix and Reinwin, are you planning on going back to Ormia's estate for the night, or are you guys going to chill here at the tavern and inn?
First, I don't think Caitlin doesn't want to go back there. Not right now. Not tonight, at least. I mean, whatever happens after that, but yeah. She's too freaked out. She doesn't even want to, walk back through the town.
Okay.
Felix will go ahead and pay for 2 rooms for tonight. I think that's the best move here.
Nice. Cool. So, Kayla, I mean, you two are sort of drinking, and as you go to, settle up for the night and get your in-room, Felix, puts the coin down for you, and says, no, this is on me. This is, just commiserating a little bit on how jarring the night was for everybody. Does anyone have anything else they want to do tonight before the morning comes around?
So I probably went back to wherever we were staying before. But before I go to sleep, I'm going. No, I wouldn't do that because nope. Nope, that's not a great idea either. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else that I want to do this evening.
I'm just having a quick letter a note sent to my parents telling them where I am.
Ah, okay. You have enough influence where you find one of the, especially in that area too, you find one of the guard,
just one of
more
the
attentive to your needs there.
Yeah. Take this to my family, please.
Yep. Yes, ma'am. And hustles over to do so. So I'm going to say that Astrid would probably be with Felix and Kaylin. So she'll, have also commiserated with the two of you. I don't know how much she would say on the topic of the compass, but I feel like she'd jump in and be like, yeah, what was that sort of reaction to it? And I'll probably also, she'd probably try and find a wooded area nearby, park or something to sleep in. I don't know. She'd sleep in the inn. And Emil, what would you like to do for the night?
I think, obviously I separated from the group for a while, but we slept at what, Ormia's family's last night?
Yes.
I think that's where I'm going to sleep tonight. Now, what was the sleeping arrangement? I assume Armia was in her room, and then we had a couple of guest rooms for the rest of us? Was that
each of you had a guest room. They have a ton of guest rooms in their estate, yeah.
Don't call them estates for nothing.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to sleep there, but I think what I'm going to do, if I can do it and avoid being detected, is I would set an alarm spell at Ormia's door so that if she sneaks in or out during the night, it would silently alert me to it.
Yep. That's so cool. No one ever uses the alarm spell. I love it because it's so good.
So I think I would do that, and then I would sleep as though I don't want to act differently because as though we've committed murder. I want to act like it's a normal night, so I go back and sleep where I'm expected to sleep.
Okay. All right.
Dan,
go ahead, Keelan.
I think Kim would have a little trouble sleeping. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, because Kaylin probably was right there when Felix paid for the room. I went to take some money and put it in a cloth and put it under his door to pay him back because I'm not going to use the room. I'm going to use my library. So I went to summon my library, and Kaylin wants to kind of find the comfort that she, since she can't sleep. So she's going to go there and just read. Not really studying or anything, I don't think. I think she would just kind of peruse and just kind of read different things. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, you do just that. You cast this spell, the Mordenkainen's Latitudinous Library. And it's still sort of exciting. It's still new, and it's magic, which isn't something you're usually adept with. You step through the rather ornate door, and again, you enter that large library. The spinning arcane globe in the center offers this ubiquitous light. It just fills up the entire library. A number of very comfortable reading chairs and reading sofas because that's where most of the studying's done. And you find one with a couple, nice pillows you can fluff up and a blanket to keep you, cozy.
She gets a stack of books, sits them on the floor, gets comfortable.
Nice.
Yeah.
Perfect. and you're able to get a good night's rest in there. Now, Warren, throughout the night, the alarm never trips. And as you all wake in the morning, you walk out of your rooms, you see that Ormia's room, the door is still open, and there's still no sign of Ormia this morning. For anyone that walks by. Which you all have to go get breakfast, so.
But there's still people in the inn, right? Like, we're kind of a split party right now? Or?
Oh, sorry, yeah, yep, there's, Felix, Kaelin, and Astrid are elsewhere. And Ormia, apparently.
Okay, but Emersina and Rhinewin and I are at the... We're at the estate.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So possibly before I go to sleep, but definitely in the morning, it's going to occur to me that I have another magical item. Because that dagger that I found in the canal, wasn't that magical? Like,
it was.
Okay.
Ooh. I've got to go look that up too.
Because it's just on my inventory sheet as ornate dagger, but I remember casting
You
detect
sense
magic on it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think before, because I haven't rewritten my personality traits on my Fantasy Grounds character sheet yet, but I'm pretty sure my flaw was there's nothing worth a life that's lived in fear or something like that.
Okay.
Just not really caution to the wind type person.
Yeah.
So I'm probably, once I remember that I have that, because I didn't try to sneak any weapons into the party. So like I get back and I'm like, oh look, there's that dagger I found. That's magic. So I'm probably gonna like prop the compass up, like so the blood vessel is facing up,
Okay.
and I'm gonna try and smash it with the dagger.
Ooh, this is interesting. All right, let me quickly check something on the dagger here.
I hope it's not that one dagger that if you like you take somebody's last hit point with it, it tears out their heart or something like that.
Ugh, sounds terrible. It's not that. I'll just let you know.
Oh, okay. Because that was a magical item in a module that I read, so it's not like a common thing.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, here it is. Okay, I just want to remember what I set up. It was something homebrewed. Okay. You unsheath the dagger. And as you do, you feel your confidence is bolstered. You feel like you're very confident, like you could sell anybody on anything. You just feel really, confident in convincing people of things. And you just kind of shrug that off, and you take the dagger. Let's see. I mean, it's a magical item versus a magical item. It's not close enough for me to use the break to save me. I'm going to quickly check something just so I don't jip anybody.
So I could break the dagger. I could break my face if it like shatters and.
You could destroy reality.
Caution to the wind.
Shit. Well, that's interesting. Okay. Okay. So it's a matter of
I mean, if we need to take the break so we can do that, this would be a totally fine point to do this.
Yeah, if you need some time.
Yeah, you know what? Let's take our bio break a little bit early tonight. I think I found my answer, but I do want to make sure I do everyone justice with this. I'd like to get a little more info. So for viewers, for anyone that's new, we take a bio break, 5 to 8 minutes. We will continue streaming and just kind of
Maybe
go
a little
quiet
bit longer because
for-
it's early.
Nice.
Please.
All right, we will catch you all back here shortly. And we are back. All right. Sam's still out, but that's okay. All right. Hello, chat. I guess I'll do a quick catch up on chat here as well. I probably shouldn't have had I don't drink soda usually. But I got some pizza and soda today, and I just took a swig of soda, which is because it makes me burp a lot. So I'm like, no, don't do it. Why'd you do this, Dan?
Can't do soda anymore.
Yeah. Nice, Frank. Okay. All right. Well, I think that's enough time anyway. So, Rywin, in your quarters, you unsheath the dagger. Feel that confidence boost, and draw it back and jam it into the compass. Unfortunately, the blade of the dagger shatters into numerous pieces, breaking all but just the handle. However, you do see a gouge in the side of the compass, and blood starts to trickle out. You see the gauge in the front drop to 2/3 where it finally settles. Seems like it can only hold 2/3 of its normal amount now. You still feel confident now.
Like the effect that I was feeling when I unsheathed the dagger is still there.
Mm-hmm. Like you know, like a snake oil salesman. You're just like, yeah, I can probably persuade people to do whatever I want.
All right. Well, in that case, I'm not going to throw it away. It's probably still magical. I'll like, how big are, like, did it powderize the blade, or like, how many pieces are we talking
It's
about?
like broken glass. It shattered into a bunch of little tiny pieces. You actually don't sense any magic from the blade, from the item anymore. The blade.
Okay, well, I'll keep the handle then. I'm not going to try and sweep up the pieces of the blade. And the sheath.
Did you just leave blood all over the floor of your room?
Grab the end of the sheet on the bed and, like, kind of wipe it up. Like,
I better clean this up.
We're the worst house guests, basically.
Awesome. Neat.
We've been in town 3 days, and there's blood and dead bodies everywhere.
Nice.
I think I came in on the wrong part of that conversation.
Awesome. So Ormia, she jabbed at, she swung down with the blade at the compass. The blade shattered. However, it did leave a little gouge in the side of the compass where blood started to trickle out. And the meter on the front dropped to about 2/3 full. And it seems to have settled there. Anything above that seems to be leaking out a little gouge on the side now. And then she cleaned it up with blankets. She cleaned up the blood with... Oh, I better clean this up. And she... Oh, that's so great.
You know how when, like, you spill something on the kitchen floor and you put a paper towel down and you, like, wipe it up with your foot? That's kind of what...
Nice. Blop. Wipe. All right. Oh, yeah, Steph. Okay. I was just catching up on chat. I can't eat any of that stuff after like 3 in the afternoon. I feel like such an old man.
I couldn't live without salsa. Chips are just salsa vehicles in my world.
Oh, Nevik, the countdown. Warren mentioned it earlier. I lost it. I looked like -1 day. It's not even accurate, like in reverse or anything. I don't know what it's doing. Okay. So next morning has come about. I will say we'll sort of focus the beginning here at Ormia's house. So Emil and Reinwin and M, who's not here any longer, what do you guys want to do as you wake up?
I mean, I would ask Em if she still had it, and then finding out Rhinewood had it, I guess find out that we didn't destroy it yet. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
You fill them in, Rhinewood? Yeah.
Well, actually, she's gonna go off by herself for a little bit, trying to avoid everybody else in the early part of the morning.
Okay.
And I feel super bad about not really remembering what the characteristics of the town that we're in are, but
Did we not have a map?
You can look at it's a rough map of Zambora.
Okay. Okay, it's spelled with an X.
Okay. There's a sheer wall, it's a sheer cliff in the northern part. It's a big training area up there, and you have to climb that in order to even, be seen at any of the training places. There's a huge arcane dome that hums in the middle and covers up the whole center of the city. Most citizens don't know what's underneath or behind it. And it's a highly advanced arcane technology used throughout the city in a utility way, not weaponry, but with utility. But there's a mix. There's no fancy quarter and garbage quarter. It's sort of just this big mix of everything in the city. There's some wealthy neighborhoods, some poor neighborhoods, but they're all sort of dotted about, fairly equalized. There isn't a huge stretch, aside from just a few really wealthy people and a few very poor people. Some dead gnomes, some
yeah,
that's awesome.
And bushes,
a foot hanging out the side. Nice topiary.
So she's gonna not really in the habit of thinking through her actions, but she's gonna try and go for a walk to think about what her next steps need to be.
Okay, so you do just that. It's a fairly warm morning. Overcast though. There is that river to use to go through the city should you want. Otherwise, there's some hustle and bustle, people going about their business, setting up shops, and that early morning hustle. Emil? Right, you Rhinewind, did Emil have a chance to find you first, or did you bounce first thing?
I kind of bounced first thing.
Okay.
So I guess Emeracina would know that some of them are at the inn, right? So I would know to go find the others, or are the two of us just here having no idea?
We'll say so, because she's not here and I'm not sure, so yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Let's gather at the inn then, those of us who are headed that way.
Okay. And Ormia, where do you go from there? From where you are?
I'm still trying to decide that.
Oh, okay, no problem.
So.
All right, I'll bounce back. Kaylin, you wake up in time before the library kicks you out.
Yeah.
And Felix, you wake up. Astrid's already awake in there, doing her morning training, and she meets up with you guys back inside the inn. And Emil joins you as well.
Kaylin raises a mug of orange juice and orders something. Well, she ate pretty good the night before, so she'll just order something light. Do we have any food? Do they have any food here? Breakfast? Dan?
Oh, yeah. So I thought Kaylin was saying it. Sorry.
Oh,
yeah,
no,
I mean, you can order it. There's, it's an inn, too, so it's a bit better quality than just bar food. It's moderately decent.
Okay. All right.
What do you think?
Kaylin will motion for a menu, I guess.
Okay. Server comes over and just says, well, we ain't got no menus, but, we've got a soup of the day, and we've got some fish prepared this way, and he lists off a couple fish dishes, and, some steak, some chicken.
Kaylin thinks about the smell of fish after what happened last night. She just orders a soup. I'll just take a soup of the day. That sounds okay.
Aye. For you, sir, he looks up at Felix.
Another soup as well, and an extra side of red, please.
Got it. And you, sir, and he looks at Emil.
Just bread and cheese.
Okay. Choice. And then takes Astrid's order and goes about getting it. There aren't too many people eating at this time in the morning here. So it doesn't take too long to get your dishes. And they're satisfactory. There's some seasoning in there, and they're satisfactory. So. All right, so go ahead if you guys want to have any conversation or have anything else you want to do.
So Ormia didn't go to her room last night.
Actually, when did you cast the spell?
I cast it when I got in, so I got it in late. But you didn't come in late, and
is it potentially still active because it lasts for 8 hours?
Yeah, I mean, if he didn't deactivate it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think how. I wouldn't have gotten in before midnight, I don't think. So maybe 1 or 2 in the morning.
Oh, right, because this is stuff you had to do. Yeah, probably 2. I mean, it was 9:30 already before finding a place to ditch the body where you bounced and then did the other stuff. You probably got in like 1:30, maybe 2 o'clock at the latest.
Okay, so yeah, I guess it would be active until mid to late morning.
All right. I'd say about mid-morning, Ormia heads home, changes, so the alarm would go off. And she's going out to the training grounds.
Okay. The alarm activates.
When the alarm activates, she's at, or somebody just. Okay, hold on. Let me read the spell because I think I would have tuned it to her if I could have, but I can't remember if I can or not.
Okay.
It's just any tiny or larger creature enters the warded area.
Yeah, but I can designate creatures that won't set off the alarm.
That's right.
Which to me means I kind of want that to be everybody but Ormia, really.
Okay.
I mean, if I know it's Ormia, I'll tell the group. If I don't know it's Ormia, I'll probably head off there just myself to have a look.
I mean, you can mentally, exclude the things that you would imagine might go in the room.
Servants.
So you're pretty
Servants.
confident that it's Ormia. There's a chance maybe it's not, but you're like 95% sure.
Okay, I'll let the group know that I think Ormia just went into her room, and do we want to confront her, or do we want to let it go and deal with other things? Cannot hear Ed if he's speaking.
Well, Kaylin kind of, she's like, I don't really want to hang out in the town, so I'm willing to go and confront her.
I don't have any business in this town other than helping out with the original problem. So I'd be down for confronting her as well.
I guess
You have to say it like that.
M says, well...
You have to use the word confront.
dun, dun, dun. M chimes in and says, well, if my brother's here and he's been turned over to the Silver Guard, I at least want to see if we can stop in at some point and talk to them, so I can give him a good beating if he's here.
City Guard?
Otherwise, I'm on board with whatever you guys want to do. Got your back.
Well, I say we go to Ormia's house then.
Let's do it.
And finishes up. Okay. So as you guys pay and pack up and you're ready to head out, Rhinewind, what do you want to be doing now that they're done? Do you want to head back, or do you still have plans to do your own thing?
No, I'll head back. Yeah, I didn't leave the compass in my room. It's on, it's with me, but I didn't do anything else with it. But I was just kind of having a long think, and don't have a huge attention span for that. So yeah, she's probably heading back to the estate by the time everybody else gets there.
Okay. And Ormia, after you changed, did you leave? Or are you staying at your residence?
On the estate, in the training grounds. It's just kind of feverishly working to just try to act. No, she's not in the training grounds. She went to the smithy.
Oh.
She's working there.
Okay. All right, so let's see. That's Rhinewind. You're heading back to the estate. Everyone else is heading back to the estate. There's a little more hustle and bustle to the town. Wagons being drawn by, fairly crowded streets with customers and business people alike and residents. You find your way back to the estate roughly at the same time as Rhinewind. You see her, not skipping. I guess she's spent her time thinking, so she probably wouldn't be as jovial and carefree right now. So you see her in contemplation as she returns. You ask one of the servants about Ormia's location. Has she returned? Is she here? And you're directed to the smithy. You're guided to that part of the estate. There's a large room full of armor wares that you have to walk through first. And then out behind that is a separate building off the main house. That's the actual smithy. And you can hear the clank of the smithing hammer. Clink, chink, echoing through the halls of this separate building. You walk in and feel sort of the wave of heat from this room as there's red hot coals and embers and stuff, and she's striking some metal in there. Deep in thought, has sort of a headgear on down over her face as she's striking at the square rod of superheated metal. Clink, clink, clink. Sparks flying across the room. You see there's a lot of emotion, a lot of weight put into these strikes.
I think Kaylin will kind of stand back and let the rest of the group, since they were there when it happened, keep the conversation. But I want her to kind of stand kind of in between Ormia. I mean, not right in between them, but kind of off to the side. Not really taking everyone else's side, but not really, understanding the situation.
There's a bench nearby where you sort of position yourself, lean up against the bench, arms crossed. Mm-hmm.
So, hey, we're back.
Guess who's
She'll just scare the crap out of her, and she nearly drops the hammer and just kind of looks over her shoulder and nods and just keeps going and going and going.
Okay. This piece of metal is getting worked out. It's actually no longer that red hot color, and so it's not really malleable anymore. And you see she's just striking at this metal, even though it's not really budging it anymore.
You want to talk about what happened yesterday?
Not particularly.
That's unfortunate, because we kind of do.
You now kind of see a Kaylin position there, arms crossed, leaning on the counter, and everyone's sort of just focused on you, Ormium.
All right, I'll put the metal back into the forge, and just kind of face everybody, still holding the hammer and the tongs, and just. All right.
What's going on with you, Ormia? Didn't seem...
I wish I could answer that. I don't know. It's... It's strange. I don't know how to explain it.
My biggest concern is how can we trust you not to do it again? It's already happened once before.
You can trust that I won't turn on any of you again. I'm just not quite looking at Ryman. But I need to find him. I need to find him. And this is that thing is how I can do it. I have to use it to find him.
Insight check.
Ooh, okay.
I'll message you, but insight check.
Okay. Let me check his message, and then I'll let you know what, if anything, what your options are to roll, or me, if you want to. All right. Ooh. So, sorry, just catching up on the last message you sent. All right, Ormia. So, the get well snail. I just had to check on it. Sorry. Actually, I guess I need to wait for the next message to pop through. Go ahead and continue if you want. No, oh, here it is.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead and talk. I'm just trying to observe in the background while the scene
okay.
goes.
Yeah, you can just roll an insight check for that, since it's not really anything she'd roll against. Sorry, so carry on.
That was the end of my sentence.
Okay. So that's her reply, Felix. And Ryman, you saw her sort of like look up and then look away from you. She said, I won't use it on any of you again.
Yeah. But you can't deny that man didn't deserve it. He didn't deserve some pain for taking him away.
He deserved justice, and we're not the ones to dole it out.
I know. But
And what if one of us just happened to get in the way of your mission? Did you guarantee that you wouldn't turn on us?
after what's already happened, yeah. I can guarantee that.
I can't speak for the others, but I just don't know how much your word is worth to me now.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. Do you remember, I don't know how much you all saw in that place, that den of consequences, but he's in danger. I need to go find him, and I'm sorry, I don't know where I was going with this. I need to find him.
Yeah.
And I feel like I want to help you find them, but you have to realize, Ormia, that what you saw in that place wasn't real.
It was. I don't know, I'm sorry, I can't explain it, but it was. And Ormia didn't sleep at all last night, so she's kind of like not entirely there. You can tell that. Everyone can tell that. It's like she's exhausted, more so than normal, and just not very functional at this point.
She seems pretty jittery, pretty rough. I mean, she still has. Now, Ormia, I mean, you have sort of a little bit of the shakes from not eating really last night and not sleeping. You don't have that same nausea and everything else you had, but you still have that very pale look to your skin, a bit of the darkness around your eyes still. And you feel a little bit weakish as far as being able to. Your strike is just all adrenaline smashing, as you've been out here, but really you feel kind of weak now that you've stopped.
Dan, can I have, since I probably still have my alchemy jug on me, can I have made some water and offer her the jug for some water?
Let me do a quick checkaroo because I just want to make sure that it isn't
that's right.
Use once.
But I've had a rest since then.
Yeah, I think it's also. In fact, I think you can do different things, and it doesn't affect. We'll just say for now, so I don't stop things. Yeah, okay. Go ahead. You can.
I'm just gonna make. While she's been talking, I've made some water for her because I see that she seems a little kind of out of breath and kind of shaky. So, I just hand her the jug since I don't have a cup, and just I kind of get beside of her and kind of tap her on the shoulder and offer the jug out to her for some, water.
Thanks. Just take it and just kind of splash most of it on my face. Take a little drink and then just... It's been a rough time recently. I haven't been sleeping very well. I've had dreams. The same dream over and over, and I'm almost scared to sleep because it comes when I trance too, which isn't normal. And I don't know why. I feel like if I find him, everything will return back to normal. The dreams will stop. I can put the compass away. I can go back to how it was. I just need to find him, and things will be fine.
Kaylin looks
What do you plan on doing?
Well, the forest. We can go through the forest now. We have the permission to do that. We know he's been taken there. I want to go in, see if we can't find this... What were they? There's a satyr and a what?
A sprite and a satyr.
A sprite and a satyr. I want to go find them I want them to answer questions. First, I want to find them. I want to find where they put Yaris, where they took him. And I want to go save him. And then I want my questions answered.
I think M might... Oh, good, Warren.
The Sprite and the Satyr were mentioned in the book that I found last night, right?
They were, yep.
All I know is they were potentially blackmail targets. I don't really know anything more about them than that.
You did get, from the context of how it was written, that they were people that paid for... They were the ones that paid for the abduction and transport of a swordsman of renown in the area to... I mean, it doesn't have all the details, but it has like a rough...
right. Okay. So this isn't really adding to the story because she seems to already know that.
Because that's what he told us when we interrogated
He
him.
said, yeah, he mentioned it too.
Okay, then I'm not going to speak and break my stealth. So.
Okay. For anyone, no one's really looked yet, but yeah, Emil's like not even there again. He's Batmaning everybody. He's just doing.
Look, Emil has a lifetime of avoiding conflict, and avoiding conflict is what he's going to do.
Yeah. I think M, however, would probably jump in and say to Ormia, look, we've talked already, but I just need you to know that I don't feel okay with what this compass does to people. I'm happy to support you to find what you need, but this is just a little too much for me to be okay with. Did you know that gnome died? He died.
Kaylin hands you the jug again.
She's gonna drop the jug and just sit down.
Hopefully it doesn't break.
I know that doesn't rest squarely on your shoulders, and he sort of had it coming, but
He
know...
did stab you.
Yeah, and I don't mind giving him a whooping and then turning him in somewhere for his just punishment, but I don't like that I was part of that. You made me part of that. And now he's dead.
Seb will fly over and land on Ramia's shoulder.
Blech. Scritch, scritch, scritch.
That's all I wanted to say. I just thought you should know, and I wanted to be upfront about how I felt about it. And she sort of takes a step back over to a counter and leans up against it.
I can tell you what the compass does. I can tell you now. Cause it has different blood in it. I can tell you what it does now. The compass, it runs off the blood of the unwilling. It's why I couldn't tell you what was going on in Rhinewind. I'm so sorry. I know the apology probably means nothing to you at this point, but I regret it. And I'm sorry I couldn't tell you until now, but it uses the blood of the unwilling, and once someone knows what it's used for, the person is no longer unwilling. So the compass uses the blood, and then it guides you to wherever what you're searching for is. And so I can't use it on any of you now, because you know what it does. You're willing to help me. It wouldn't work. But that's why. That's I don't know if that explains well enough what's going on, but I know that's what it needs to function. and I need
Emersina
it to
doesn't
function.
There's no shock or surprise on Emersina's face.
I mean, now that you've told us, we understand. But I don't think that still makes it any better or makes it okay.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't excuse it, but I can't use it on any of you now. That's something of a guarantee, I suppose. Better than my word, at least.
Well, how does everyone else feel? Should we just finish out this piece of business?
I mean,
Find this satyr and sprite? Get a pixie?
I'm here to support you, like I said. Em says.
I would like to go find them. Find him. Find him. I want to find Yaris.
Caitlin puts a reassuring hand on her shoulder, saying that she's in.
Emil speaks up from the shadows that he's been hiding out in, and he's got a bow and arrow. He's got his short bow in his hand, and he's got an arrow in the other hand. He's been kind of twiddling the arrow idly, but like he's got his weapons out. And he says, "Are you the kind of person who would spill the blood of an innocent to achieve your goal? Or are you the kind of person who would be corrupted by an evil artifact as you search for your goal?"
The only reason I used it on that gnome is because he wasn't innocent. Because he had a hand in this disappearance. I would not go find someone on the street that, even in whatever state this is I'm in, I wouldn't do that. Only someone who deserved it.
Emil is looking at Reinwin and not saying anything.
That was the deal.
Sorry, Felix. It was just muffled.
Facebook chat?
Oh, check chat? Okay, we'll do. Yep. Thank you.
That was part of the deal to get the item.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so Ryman sort of cuts in at this point, and says, "Look, even if I did know what the compass did, I wouldn't have been willing to give blood just because some apparition in some crazy magical place said it would help."
It has helped, though. That's the thing, it has worked.
We're just keeping an eye on chat just in case.
Okay, I'm gonna unmute for a second. But it pointed in a direction. That direction was to your home, where we might have gone anyway, had we investigated further.
And then when we got closer to the forest, it changed. It did something else, Dan. Remind me what it was. It made the shape
took
of
the
something.
image, of a large circular stone formation with trees out on the outcropping. Like you gave a visual clue as to.
Yeah.
And it was pointing like beep 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 super close.
Yeah. So I'll explain that. is what it does. Like, it changed as we got closer. It didn't just point the direction anymore. It's now that we're closer, it's giving more clues. And then Tran. So it works, and from what I've researched of it, it has. This is how it's supposed to work.
Okay. So Rhinewin takes all this in with like there's probably as serious an expression as you've ever seen on her face. And she points directly at Ormia's eyes and the dark circles around them, and like as she kind of starts talking with her hands a little bit because she's getting a little worked up, and she's like, "This thing is doing something to you. I didn't swim for like however many leagues that was to pull you out of the ocean so some evil artifact could screw you over."
You know what word we've heard more than any other from Ormia today? It's need. It's not she wants to do this. It's not that it's her gaze or her passion or her love. It's her need. She needs to spill the blood. She needs to use the compass.
No, I need to find him.
You did say you need to use the compass. I will point that out. And so since Emersina hasn't, I don't think, mentioned that the compass has changed hands, I'm not going to either. But I am pretty, like, at this point, pretty adamant that this thing is, like, I'm not going to straight up say to Ormia that it needs to be destroyed because I think that might set her off a little bit. Sorry, Sam. I'm talking about your character like she's not there.
Nope. It's totally fine. This is ORC.
But what she will say is that we've gotten information from sources that are not evil. And whatever happened in the Den of Consequence wasn't real. That was not my mother. I am like 89, 90% sure that she wouldn't arse herself to participate in a magical test for me. So I am convinced that whatever we saw in there wasn't real. And if your mentor was taken, then it's possible he's in danger, but we don't have any guarantees of that.
I think Kaylin would kind of interject here, and she would be like, I wasn't there when any of this happened recently, but I will say that in the Den of Consequence, I got some information that my mother might still be alive. And my father told me that he was dying. And to me, and she looks at Ormia, she was like, it seemed pretty real. It could have been just an apparition.
Could have been the spirit asking for help.
If he would have gotten to the point of telling me that I needed to do something to find her, and she looks at Ormia again, she's like, I can't say that I wouldn't do it.
You have a group of intelligent, capable people here who are willing to help you. I would like to think under those circumstances, spilling the blood of your friends, feeding an artifact blood would be your final choice, not your first.
It pointed me in the right direction. Now that I have more information, it's helped. It's helped. It's gotten us in the right direction.
You hear Ormia in her voice. It's almost convincing herself as much as you. And I picture you saying this as you're sort of looking into the hot coals in the bed of this forge. Red light sort of illuminating sharply one side of your face with the shadow contrasting on the opposite side. So for everyone around the front side where you see sort of that dark shadow on the front with some red glow on the other side as she looks down and says this.
I think Kaylin hears it in her voice, and she does look at Ormia, and she says as sincerely as she can, she's like, but they do have a point. I think, about the compass. We do need to stop using it.
Right. A last resort. It's a last resort. Now it has... I would... Before...
Destroying you.
I don't know if it is, or if it's something else. I don't know if it's the item that's inherently evil, or if it's something about the magic about it. But it has 3 uses left. If we reach a dead end, then that would be the only time I would consider using it, is if we get to a point where we're lost, we don't know what direction to turn to. I would ask to use the compass, but we don't need that direction right now. So I'll look at M and just thank you for holding on to it for me. And I'm sorry to put this burden on you. I want to hold on to it, but at the same time I don't. I don't know if that makes any sense. But I don't know.
I feel like Astrid would probably jump in and say something like, we don't need no stinking compass. Something like, look at us. We tackled whatever that skull thing was, and we kicked its ass. And then we've dealt with running from the pirates. We've conquered this ancient den of consequence. Look at what we've done together. We need to rely on ourselves and our own power. And that's just my 2 cents. And it's hot as blazes in here.
Sorry, I've spent so many years in here with my father and my brothers, and I've never been good at the smithing. I'd prefer to try the things that they made, but there's a comfort in making the metal bend to your will.
Unexpectedly, Emil nods in agreement with that statement.
Hey Dan, I just sent you a message.
Woo, I'm so excited.
All the whispers.
I'm loving it.
Kaylin looks to the group and is like, is there anywhere that we can maybe keep the compass that doesn't keep it on our person?
Hmm.
I only want to keep the compass for as long until we find Yaris. And then once he's found, I am fine to take it back to the Runekeeper. He can figure out how to destroy it. We can take it to somewhere where it can be locked away through the rest of the ages as far as I care. But until we find him, all I ask is that we keep it as one final guidance, just in case.
I'm still sort of off to the side, like just not feeling okay with the whole events of last night, where the gnome lost his life in pursuit of this. Just she said her piece, so she's not speaking up, but you can see sort of like the disappointment and the frustration.
Without saying like that she outright went to a temple to try to figure out how to destroy it, Rhinewind is gonna, and also not mentioning that she actually has it. I'll say I'm not comfortable leaving it where somebody could find it.
I can always tell who's reading chat.
I agree. I'd rather not have this thing around my family.
Kaylin,
And pops an eyebrow.
is there anyone that we trust that we can leave it with?
Not on this continent.
Oh God. Rhinewood's face just like kind of falls into this like expression of pure and utter not despair, but just despondency. And she's like, I have an idea.
What?
We could leave it with my mom. She's not going to use it. She already has everything she wants. And if she can't find, she's a freaking merid, so if she needs to find something, she's not going to use a compass to find it. She's probably going to just drown people until they talk.
Is this before or after we find Yaris?
This is before.
M nods too with Emil.
Ormia suddenly turns around and pulls the metal back out of the forge and starts hammering it really hard again. No face mask or anything, just hammering and hammering and just sparks everywhere.
See some bounce off, catching your hair, let's die out. Striking out across, bouncing off the floor towards some of those closer to the anvil.
Seb's up in the rafter, he caws a couple of times.
Right, he was on my shoulder.
Fluttering about a little bit, yeah, on the post.
He's going, he's flown away and he's caw.
I mean, you said this cursed thing has helped you, but it hasn't really helped us as a group, and we need to make sure that we're on the same page here.
She nods, but she's still hammering.
Well, I'm okay with giving you another shot. But we definitely have to set some ground rules once we find these people that you're looking for.
It's just one. Have I ever told any of you who he is?
I think Ryan would nod, because I'm pretty sure it's come up in conversation.
Let's... Alright. Thank you, Felix. I agree to that.
All right, so what do we say? No torture, no. I don't know what feels right.
No bloodletting.
Yeah.
Right. Right. None of that. None of that. Just fighting to save him. That's it. I can do that.
All right. Pretty well with me.
Emil puts his bow and arrow away, and he's now playing with his dice idly.
Kaylin looks to the group and she says, I say we do what we have to.
Astrid says, I say we get out of this room. So we're almost hanging out the window now.
Sorry.
I did think about like trying to use create water to put the forge out, but
Oh gosh, no. Dad would be so mad.
then we'd be like ultimately the worst house guests.
Nice.
And so the sauna was invented.
Yeah. Nice. Astrid turns and starts kind of gives everyone a glance to gauge whether or not folks are done, and starts inching towards the door.
I'm gonna follow her. I am also not used to hot climates.
Very uncomfortable for you in this room, yeah. That's a good point, Frank. Raimund would feel pretty empowered that she could convince. I mean, if you wanted to, it's tricky to do persuasion rolls and mix it with RP. So I probably wouldn't do it here, but you would have that feeling, and you could, if Ormia was okay with it, you could do like a persuasion versus whatever willpower.
I'm not a huge fan of like persuasion and deception rolls between player characters.
Right? Yeah. I'd rather have it be like roll straight up role play. Okay, but you're right, Frank. You do still have that sense of confidence. Like she'll see, she'll come around. Okay. Anyone have anything else they want to say, or are y'all sort of wrapping up and heading out?
Heading out.
Ready to go.
Okay.
I have said my piece.
Seb flies down, lands back on your shoulder, Emil.
Okay, I think I'll be the last to leave the room, and I'm gonna just stop and roll my dice a couple of times.
Oh, okay.
Nod, put them away, and head out.
Emil, what do you roll for? I'm still at the anvil.
It's just the two of you in there now.
I guess you have to have faith in something.
And you choose luck.
Emil's eyes get really wide when you say that word, and he does not say anything and leaves. And if any of you have read Terry Pratchett, you know that there's a goddess that you don't name.
Nice. Awesome.
Ormia will turn back to the anvil. And to herself, she'll just say, I put my faith in steel. And she goes back to hammering.
Nice. Okay. Ching, ching, chink. As you all leave, you hear the fevered hammering continue. All right. So, party aside from Ormia, and really for everyone, it's still pretty early in the morning. I mean, it's mid-morning now, maybe like 10:30, probably 10:30 or so by now after the conversation unfolded.
And the guards haven't come to arrest us for murdering a gnome yet.
So far, so good.
I'm staying away from the village.
There was a witness, yeah.
or any child she sees, any kid, any girl that she sees, she's like hides and turns.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, okay. All right. So
in the next campaign, there's going to be some, what was it, a halfling child that's desperately afraid of female dwarves and doesn't know why.
She'll have a flashback at some point.
Novel.
Yeah. I remember. It all came back to me.
She murdered a gnome before my eyes.
There'll be like a lightning storm in her flashback where you're just kicking the body into the bushes.
And then she waved at me like a maniac.
At least one character has to have bad dreams, right?
That's great. So if you guys have anything you want to do across midday, let me know. Otherwise, we'll say it comes to sort of evening.
At midday, I'm gonna just kind of finish hammering, and then I'm gonna go find the enchanters that Surreal told me about. I want to get one of the runes on my sword enchanted. In preparation.
Okay, you arrive, and how do I want to do this? Because it's actually, I mean, on the meta side of things, it's a little bit built into level, and just to keep it balanced with some other things and magic items that would have effects and stuff. It's on the lower level because you're looking at cantrips. So I'm going to say that he says that there's two ways to go about it. One is you leave the weapon, and he takes about a month to work with an artificer to imbue it day after day after day after day with some magic to help it retain some sort of a cantrip level spell. Alternatively, he and the artificer can inlay a rune that will charge over time as your energy is poured into using the weapon. It just takes several months instead of 1 month. It takes about 3 months to have it set and build up. It draws energy from you, your person, from any arcane energy you can take from the world around you, and slowly empowers this rune to be able to accept a cantrip upon its completion. So you can leave the weapon for a month, or you can get this rune placed in it, and it'll be 3 months. Then you return, and then you can look at your putting in the first cantrip.
Right.
Either way, he asks you like what you have in mind.
Right. Oh my gosh, I had it all decided and everything just left my head.
No problem.
Continue on while I try to find this again.
Is anyone else doing anything in particular the rest of the day, or are you just sort of waiting to plan out what to do next?
Is there any chance I can find, what was his name, Tom the Ham?
Yeah. Yep. Let me grab my notes. I think that if you put your hat on, would probably be a thought like, okay, put the hat on and maybe that'd do it. Come on, notes. You're killing me. And that works just fine. You put your... Yep, he finds you. Trying to bring up the last bit of notes here with him. What do you, he's back in normal street attire, very nondescript, approaches you as your, sort of in plain sight type of meeting.
Okay.
It's the Seasies again.
Good to see you. I hate to, ask a favor of someone that doesn't owe me one, but maybe the information will be partial payment, because I think we've come across an evil artifact, and I'm a little out of my depth with blood-sucking artifacts.
Yeah, dangerous things.
That's what I'm thinking.
Now tell me about it. What's its deal? What's it doing?
I mean, I assume I understand now based on the conversation last night. So, I'll just blood of the unwilling and point you in the direction of what you're seeking. And I'll also mention that it may corrupt or sicken the user.
Well, I've got to imagine that anything that uses the bloods of the unwillings can't be too good.
I agree. That's why I came to you, because I thought that you and your friends might know.
There's let me see if I can find a trusted someone at the Wizards College that's trustworthy. A bunch of power-hungry folks there, wizards often. So, see if I can find someone that's decent, can take care of that.
Appreciate it.
Hey, I've got something for you. He takes out this little tiny, well, not really a brooch, it's smaller, a pin in the shape of a gold harp. Take this, wear it under a collar, under your hood, somewhere where those with a keen eye can seize it. Our organization works in cells, so limits corruption and such. This will identify you as a members, no matter where you travel. You don't want it right in the front of your chest, but somewheres where people like us our comrades can see it.
Okay, Emil will take it. I mean, I'm trying to think of what would be a good spot, but maybe actually on the inside of a sleeve or something, like someplace a little weird and unexpected. But
well, are you leaves in town soon, or do I need to get this info soon for you?
I believe we're leaving town with it, so. I mean, I can't say soon, but I'm just trying to make sure I make the right decisions as this artifact, travels with us.
I'll seize what I can do. You might also want to consider talking to the councilwoman Shuffletrot. She's a champion for the weak and a defender of those in need. She's a solid person. And she has a lot of pull around these parts, so she might know of someone or some place to help you with said item.
Okay, I'll take that under advisement. Thank you.
All right. Take cares. Tips his hat and walks off.
Okay, I will. I still think Emersina has the artifact as well, right?
Oh right. I'm sorry. She has the what?
The compass.
Rhineland has it currently. Yeah.
Yeah, but who do I think has it?
Oh right. Yeah. As far as you know, M has it. Right.
Okay.
With everything that's going on, Dan, for Ormia, I think she would keep the sword for the 3 months, and the cantrip that would be put into the sword would be Chill Touch.
All right. Keep the sword for 3 months. Okay, I'm actually going to get in touch with you with a few more of the specifics. So if you change your mind between now and the next stream, you can let me know. But I'll know all that for now. All right. So day progresses. You wrap that up, and you guys meet together. Whatever point you all want to meet back up to sort out what to do next. You find yourselves back at the estate and in the same room as one another.
Well, I hear there's a satyr and a sprite that need finding.
Yes, there certainly is.
M says, look, I'm all for that, but I still want to stop in and see about my brother. I want to check in with the Silver Guard.
That's right.
And she kind of looks at Ormia like the Silver Guard, which again, is like the fancy police for Zambora.
Those guys. Yeah. We can go stop by them.
I tried getting in earlier, and they wouldn't even see me. But I thought, you being a noble, maybe you could, flash your ring and get me in.
Yeah, I can do
Who do
that.
they report to?
The council.
They report to the council
Directly.
They're the elite, the high up people, the step above the riffraff of the guard, and a lot of them are cocky.
Alright, I say we go.
Head to the Silver Guard first, because that seems like a quick jaunt on the way out of town.
Okay.
I don't want to go to the Silver Guard, so I think Emil will lose his friends in the streets if he can.
Okay. I think given roll, I'm not gonna make you roll again because I think that today's rolls have earned you something. Unless anyone really wants to see if they spot Emil bouncing, then we can do some rolls.
No, let him bounce. We're used to it by now.
Yeah, seriously.
Just for funsies, I just want to see if he does disappear.
Oh, sure. Go ahead and roll a stealth if you want, Emil, and you can roll a perception, or man. I'm going to go to the Silver Guard. What did we get? Okay, so, yeah, you notice him as he sort of, no one else really does, but he finds a place to duck down an alley. And
just kind of give him a nod of farewell.
And poof. Just a mass of people walking around after you give him the nod. Completely, he's lost from sight. You guys approach the Silver Guard station. It has an outer wall to it with a large gate in front. And only through your noble background are you all even allowed in there. They don't deal directly with citizens. They deal with the big bads that face the city and report directly to the council. So they let you in a little bit reluctantly. Like they don't really have to either because they're just that high up in the city, but they don't want to rock the boat. You're noble. And you explain, what you're...
My father makes your armor.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Oh, yes, Lady Ormia. Please, we're all on a schedule, and...
Thank you, and I push past him.
Nice, yeah. Oh, he gives you a dirty look. Like,
I will gladly give it back twofold.
Nice. And you do just that as you walk by. Luigi Dagger Eyes from Mario Kart. Okay, so as you walk in, you ask for one of the higher ups of the Silver Guard, and a guard, one of the members named Rupert, answers, and says, "Yes." Lady Ormia, how may I help you and your friends?
I have my friend here is looking for someone who may have been brought as a prisoner to you within the past recent, what was it, week or two?
Okay, I can take a look at the books. What's the name?
It's whatever his name was. I can't remember.
It's Darren. Darren is the only name you have to go by.
I feel like M would know.
Yes.
Oh, that's a very nice book there, sir.
Thank you. Girls rule sticker. Yes. But what do you need to know about him? Of course, we can't share details of investigations with civilians.
Oh, of course not. But... I understand. No, I just wish to. She just wishes to have a word or two with him.
I am afraid that would be impossible. And M's like, what? Well, he's already been delivered to into the hands of New Horizons by official order of Dauphin's Haven. Stormcloaks. We've been given orders to
insight check.
Nice. Okay. Go right ahead.
I'm adding my 6 to that.
Oh, nice,
Just
yeah.
A little bit better. So 9, which is better than 4.
Okay. All right, 9. Let's see. How is he? What is he doing? Yeah. I mean, he seems to be telling you the truth. I mean, you get the feeling there's definitely more to it, but he's not. It's nothing shady. Like you feel like he's not trying to trick you, but that he's not really willing to share whatever the details are to this.
I see.
Being
And that's all?
He's being transported to Black Rock Landing.
When did that happen?
I'm sorry, what's that?
When did that transport happen?
Gosh, just this morning.
How long would that take to get to that?
Well, by boat?
No, like I'm asking you as the player. Because I feel like my character would know.
You would probably know. I mean, it's in Kaiten Kai. Now, I've got the itchy nose here. It's in Kaiten Kai, which is a very northern part of the continent. So you're probably a few months by boat. They took him. They took him by wagon. Likely, they will. They must be avoiding seafaring vessels, though, or they would have just shipped him from Dauphin's Haven. So, probably a good few months. Make a perception check, Ormia, and I'm just going to have M do a perception check.
I am weakening hard. Ugh. I thought I rolled out ones earlier.
All right, M got a 22 though, so that's good.
Good, because that's a 1.
Which is tricky because I'm sort of playing here, but so M, when you're watching, or Melissa, when you're watching, M, well, she'd noticed that one of the other guards looks a little nervous as you guys are in here asking about Darren. I feel like she would want, at this point, some answers. So I think that she would circumvent Rupert and kind of say, and excuse me, what do you know? Talk to the guard next to him.
I'll turn my gaze on him too.
Okay. All right, I'm just adding a note. Ma'am? And Rupert says, you don't have to answer her.
I would like to hear his answer. Because it would be such a shame, if something were to happen to that order of armor that you put in with my father. Things get delayed, they get lost. It would be awful for your newest recruits to not be properly equipped.
Make a persuasion check.
Wait, hang on. Let me make sure I don't get advantage or anything with this. Sorry, new thing.
No problem.
Nope. Okay. Nope. All right.
You seem considering it for a minute.
Another one.
Lady Ormia, your threats won't work here. Your father's a very good professional businessman, and I don't think that he would do such a thing on behalf of his daughter in this circumstance. I'm just and what do you know? Over to this other guard, half climbing the counter. And so Rupert says, ma'am, look, Cargill, answer her questions and make it quick. And then you all have 2 minutes, and then I'm going to ask you to be excused. To which M just repeats, and I saw your face. What's going on? Well, nothing, ma'am. It's just as Rupert stated. I don't have anything to add.
Insight check, and someone do it with me because I'm gonna roll another 1.
Oh wait, I can roll, and then I'll do her quick insight.
That's twice as good as last time.
Woo! Well, she got a 19. So Melissa, you or M, you would know that he's really nervous. He's scared. He definitely knows something else, but there's no way he's going to say anything in front of Rupert. It almost feels like he doesn't want to incriminate himself. And so M asks, another time or two, you're lying. What was your name? Carville, ma'am. Carville. And she says,
Carville. Now, how do you spell that?
Carvill.
Okay. Cool. I'll remember
Watches you
that.
nervously as you
Snap it shut, put it away.
Sir, may I return to duty, please? Get back to work. You're all excused. Good day, Lady Ormea.
Good day to you as well. Sarcastic a tone as I can manage.
Ding, 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 ding. Okay, and you guys are some of the guards sort of start not following you, but at a distance, just to make sure you're all heading out and leaving. And M just says, well, it sounds like my brother's safe under guard as his transport, and I still want to see him, and I don't like that dude is being so shady in there, but I get we have other things we need to take care of, but I'd like to keep that on the docket for when we find this person of yours, to kind of revisit this.
It'll take them months to get him up there, so we have time.
All right. Well, where are we going?
Back to the creepy old keep and through the woods that tried to kill us.
Lovely. I wouldn't mind seeing the Azalea again. She seemed pretty cool. Let's go.
She was fine, except for the trees that tried to kill us.
Neat. All right. Do you guys have anything you want to do in the city before you head over to the keep?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. So it's afternoon. It's midday here, 1 or so. You head out there. You arrive around probably 5:30 or so. Oops, I'm gonna need some notes.
Emil did rejoin, by the way.
Oh, okay. I think M would probably still be talking about it. She'd be a little frustrated and probably mention a time or two, like some of the events that took place in there. And that Carville guy, he knew something. No. Okay, let's see then. So you guys head out there. And as you are approaching the property, the overcast weather turns into little spots of rain. I'm sorry, not rain. It's foggy. Heavy fog fills the whole area. Again, you walk past all these massive 100-some-foot trees with these 25, foot thick trunks, and finally approach the keep. This time pushing on just beyond it, where the compass had previously been pointing. You hear a number of wildlife sounds as you walk through here, and every time you hear a bough creak or branch bend in the wind, there's a quick pause just to see, some of these are probably alive. As you push out past the keep, you come to a clearing. It's about 150 feet from the clearing to what appears to be the edge of a cliff that just drops off. And behind it sprawls this massive lake. You don't know how deep the drop is, but it looks like it's probably a good 100, 120 feet or so, if you had the gauge from where you are. In this huge clearing is this massive stone circle, 100 feet wide, with arcane runes inscribed all along its surface and the edge. Again,
Does this look familiar?
it looks very much like the image you saw in the blood in your compass. And anyone proficient in Arcana, which I think is just Kaylin. Kaylin, you feel, I mean, in this whole area, you felt like this heavy presence of this arcane aura. But here, it is pounding. It's like your heart is beating in your chest, except it's this arcane energy just surging in you. It's this heavy, resonating feeling. And even those of you that aren't proficient, you feel it as this really intense life force. It's just a lot of life energy in the area. But Kaylin, you are feeling...
Draw my sword. Is the rune reacting differently?
It's really early on, but even so, you do see a little bit. You feel a slight hum. Oh, right, the mic probably didn't pick that up. Hum to the hilt as you hold on to it. Heavy fog still goes across this in patches, in this warm mist, foggy type area. You hear a crack of a twig as someone steps out, literally out of a tree. Azalea steps out. The bark bends and forms into a humanoid face and body as she steps out and walks over. You hear the howl of a wolf really close. And as you look on the other side of the circle, there is a small-sized creature. It's a red wolf. Very lean, strong, red coat of fur wolf that sort of, trots out from the edge of the forest. It walks over and stands next to Azalea and stands up on its bottom 2 feet as its form shifts to Scarlet Shuffletrot.
Now that's cool.
She shakes, clothes reform out from the wolf's body to hers. I do love a good run. Azalea, thank you for meeting me here. I'm so glad you all made it out here. I've already informed Azalea of the all-access pass to the property. I hear that you've been looking for this? He
What
looks
is
over.
this?
This is why we protect the keep. Some people know it as means to walk through between planes to the Fae. It's actually much more than that, but that's a conversation for another time, which really super ultra piques your interest, Kaylin, because of all the magic. It's a lot more than that. When she says that, with your sage background and everything, it's like...
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you looking to travel to the Fae? She asks as we end tonight's session.
Possibly.
Whee!
Wow. Oh.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
You guys killed it. I'm going to watch this episode like 50 times. It was so great. What an amazing session, guys. Thank you so much. All the feels and all the stuff.
Never played a character like this before. I've never played a fallen character, so this is really interesting.
Oh, I love it so much. I love that it all came to a head.
It's
everyone
great.
had
I love it. I was looking forward to this all week.
That was
So
flippin' amazing. I can't wait to see. I mean, it's so volatile still. Like, if you use it and need to and then have to recharge it again, like, the crap's going to hit the fan. Like, I just can't wait. I can't wait to see how it all goes. Or will you overcome it and be like, no, I'll trust in the party. So many things. I can't wait.
I don't know. I don't know. We'll find out.
Awesome. Well, thanks, players, as always. Special, definitely some extra bonus RPXP tonight because y'all just killed it.
This is my bad luck charm. I didn't start rolling bad until he arrived.
Nah.
That's funny.
Hi, cutie. I have those same pajamas. Just kidding.
Wow.
Not kidding. Oh.
In this size.
Yeah, that's the sad part. I keep them just in case I lose the weight. You know, that extra 200 pounds so I can weigh just a few again. Cool. Are you going to have a super... so, chat, if you have any questions, feel free to fire away. Players, if any of you have to bounce, not a problem. Thank you so much just for being here. I'm so glad y'all decided to be in the campaign. And really, clearly, it was a great choice on my part because, just kidding. Clearly, it worked out really well because you're all so fantastic and you blend and mix together so well.
African or European?
Nice.
So great. All right, well, yep, so we stream every, for anyone that's in chat that hasn't watched us before, have a great night, Frank. We stream every Friday night, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. This is Stormfall, and if you caught this episode, you know how amazing these folks are, the players. So don't miss another episode ever. You can catch episodes on YouTube if you missed them here. I'll change the background to a cool forest path, and I have some other fun backgrounds for the layout, depending on what you guys decide to do. Okay, so have a great night, everybody. Had a blast. Thank you so much, and we'll catch you all next week. I frantically search for the button again. Bye. Bye.